To solve this, we'll substitute the information from the first equation into the second. Solving for y here, we get that y is equal to 1 minus x, and we can substitute that into the second equation. So the second equation becomes x times y, but y is 1 minus x equals negative 1. And distributing the x through the parentheses here, we get x minus x squared equals negative 1. Let's bring everything to the right side of the equation. Let's add x squared to both sides and subtract x from both sides. We get that 0 is equal to x squared minus x minus 1. So now our quadratic equation is in standard form, and we can see what a, b, and c are. A equals 1, b equals negative 1, as does c. And so we apply the quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2 times a. Applying that quadratic formula, we've solved our quadratic equation. So we get that x is equal to negative b, that's negative of negative 1, plus or minus the square root of the negative 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1. All that divided by 2 times a, which is 2 times 1. So we have negative of a negative 1 up here, which is positive 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And we have minus, a minus 4 is plus 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. And so we have two possible solutions for x. These are the two possible solutions for x, one with the plus and one with the minus. Each of those has a corresponding y solution from the linear equation of our system here. We know that y is equal to 1 minus x, but x is 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 divided by 2. This negative is going to distribute through the numerator here. And what happens is something interesting. We get that y is equal to 1, then plus, minus 1 minus or plus the square root of 5 divided by 2. Notice how when we distribute this negative, the plus or minus became a minus or plus, because a minus times a positive is a negative, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So if we choose the positive up here, we have to choose the negative here. And if we choose the negative here, we have to choose the positive there. Well, 1 is equal to 2 divided by 2. So now that they have the same denominator, we can add the numerators. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So we have 1 minus or plus the square root of 5 divided by 2. And again, if we choose the plus for x, we have to choose then the minus for y, and vice versa. So the solution points of our system, the points of intersection of this line with this hyperbola, are the points where x is 1 plus the square root of 5 divided by 2, combined with the y-coordinate of 1 minus the square root of 5 divided by 2. And the second point of intersection is 1 minus the square root of 5 divided by 2, paired with 1 plus the square root of 5 divided by 2. And so there we have our two solutions to this linear system. And also let's take a look at the graphs of these curves, at least quickly. X plus y equals 1 is a line that looks like this. And x times y equals negative 1 is a hyperbola that whose graph looks like this. And so we found these 2 points of intersection here. And the first point we found has a positive x coordinate, so that's this one. So this is the point A. That's over here. And this other point with a negative x coordinate is the point B. So this is the point B.